Jumbo viewers, welcome to today's episode of Load Shedding, the show that focuses specifically on current affairs pertaining to the African continent. Today we shall be focusing on a negative topic, and it is with regards to the arrest of Nasib Abdul Juma, also known as Diamond Platnumz, who was arrested a few days ago for posting indecent material of himself on social media. Stay tuned, my name is Kees Kibinda. The Tanzanian government has cracked down on numerous activities under its president Magufuli, who was elected in 2015. Most recently, the country introduced a new regulation that will govern social media and blogging. The regulation is known as the Electronic and Postal Communications Online Content Regulations 2017. Diamond is best known for bringing bongo flavor to the masses and for collaborating with many well-known international stars from both Tanzania and other countries. The 28-year-old, wait, Diamond is 28? Damn, what am I doing with my life? Anyway, his life story reads like a Hollywood script, from rags to riches. However, he has been arrested for violating the new regulation with this clause. If anyone is deemed to have posted content that is considered to be indecent, obscene, hate speech, extreme violence, or material that will offend or incite others, cause annoyance, threaten, or encourage or incite crime, or lead to public disorder, they will be charged a fine of 5 million Tanzanian shillings, approximately $2,300, and or a minimum of 12 months in jail. It seems that the bongo flavor hip-hop award-winning artist is not having his year when it comes to relations with the government of Tanzania. You see, this arrest comes weeks after the government has also banned some of his songs for having suggestive video material and or lyrics. The singer had threatened to leave the country over this ban, and now with this arrest it seems that his exit could be imminent. Now the reason why I'm covering this story is not just because I'm a massive fan of Diamond. I mean, I love his music to bits, but this is not only an attack on him as a person, it goes further than that. It is an attack on a basic human right, which is the right to freedom of expression. And this is especially worrying in a country that has been pioneering in blogging since 2007. Now, the regulation is quite lengthy, but here are some clauses that are worth mentioning. Online platforms will be required to ban anonymous users and fully cooperate with Tanzania's law enforcement authorities. Online platforms will be required to install user manuals and record proceedings of their business around the clock by installing CCTV cameras. Publishing of content that uses bad language, including use of disparaging or abusive words, which is calculated to offend an individual or a group of persons, will not be allowed. Publishing of false content likely to mislead or deceive the public is not allowed, except when it is clearly stated as satire or fiction. Online content publishers such as blogs, podcasts, videos will apply for a license at a fee of 100,000 Tanzanian shillings, roughly $44, and pay an initial license fee of 1 million Tanzanian shillings, $440, and an annual license fee of 1 million Tanzanian shillings, again $440. This means to run something as simple as a personal blog, if you live in Tanzania, you'd have to spend an initial $900 in license fees. Everyone in Tanzania will be required to have a password for locking their mobile phones, and failure to have this will result in a fine of more than 5 million Tanzanian shillings, roughly $2,000, or even 12 months imprisonment, or both, depending on what the court decides. Now, this latter one, I'm not quite sure how they're going to implement it. I mean, they're not going to be physically checking people's phones, are they? That also feels like a bit of a violation of privacy. The monetary figures that I just mentioned from these clauses are quite staggering, because you have to take into account that the average wage per hour of a Tanzanian is 388 Tanzanian shillings, which is about 17 US dollar cents. What's even more worrisome is that this crackdown on social media is not only happening in Tanzania. Looking at neighboring Uganda, they just announced this week that they too will be cracking down on social media by means of implementing a tax on usage of social media in order to curb gossiping, as they claim, but also to raise more money for the state coffers. This coming July, President Yoweri Museveni's government wants to implement a tax on mobile phone usage, which will be about 200 Ugandan shillings per day, which amounts to $5 per day. And the usage will be on services such as WhatsApp, Viber, Twitter, and Skype. So Facebook, oddly enough, is not included in this, for as far as I know. Now, these regulations come after the president had written a letter to the Treasury in March stating that a lot of idle talk is costing the country so much with regards to time and income. Now, mind you, 70% of the population in Uganda is of that age that would use social media to a great extent. However, only 22% is now able or capable of buying credit, as they call it, to go on the internet. And a further crackdown by implementing this tax would mean that less people will be able to go on the internet. And the internet is a great tool for criticizing one's government, or to, well, read up on what's going on and voice your opinion, which could be used to topple a government. And in this regard, I guess Yoweri Museveni is making sure that this will not happen. Furthermore, both Tanzania and Uganda have cracked down on critics of the respective countries by arresting them, and, well, these new regulations are just a further step towards tightening their grips. President Magufuli has been quite progressive since 2015 when he came to power in implementing new rules and regulations and cracking down on corruption, which has been really good. But I think that in this case he has actually done a step backwards with this new regulation and with the arrest of Diamond. If you haven't seen the video, I suggest you should. It's taken off Instagram, but I believe that some videos are circulating on YouTube where you can see why Diamond was arrested. The video is really not that special. It just shows him bare-chested with two separate girls in two separate videos, and in one video he's seen kissing a girl. Now, Tanzania is quite conservative when it comes to public display of affection, but I don't think that what Diamond did here was so bad that it warranted an arrest and a possible fine or going to jail. I'd like to see your views on this. Please post them in the comments below. I'm curious as to see what you think of this situation and where you think the governments of both Uganda and Tanzania are going with their crackdowns on social media. Curious to see what you think of it. And if you liked the video, I hope you did. Please don't forget to like it and to share it with as many people as you can. I really appreciate all the help that you can give me. I'm to be found on several social media platforms. They've been appearing on the screen below, so don't forget to go to those pages and to like and subscribe them. That was it for today. My name is Kees Kibinda. Until next time.